Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When we are under the influence of our own miseries and misunderstanding about life, we are very much prone to anger, frustration. That anger and frustration comes out in the form of rebuke to the scriptural statements. When it is said, bondage is not real. Bondage is not real, like one lady here only, our Prem Puri, few years before told me, you are all the time talking about be happy, be happy, be happy. You are not married, therefore you can talk. Get married and show, be happy, be happy. So that lady must be so much frustrated right deep up to her bone marrow. See? So here also, this is the question raised in the Bhashya introduction. Nanu bandhasya misthyatve sati jnana nivartyatveda jnanat amrutatvam syat. Natu etadasti. If bondage is not real, it is just an illusion, then it is okay. By knowledge it can be removed. But bondage is not illusion, it is so solid, it is real. Now see what is the meaning of solid and real. I have a very good friend and he is an ophthalmologist. And we were having talks in Thane. And in that particular talk, I had mentioned in my talk that everything is only imagination and images. It is not real. So while the lecture is going on, you have no choice but to listen. There is no discussion, argument, no nothing. So he did that. And when he was driving me back, then he said, Swamiji, I have a question. Today you said that everything is only imagination and images, it is not real. So he was looking at me driving, again looking at the road, and he said, this steering I am holding, is it imagination? You are sitting next to me, is it imagination? There is a traffic on the road and I am avoiding the accidents, is it imagination? I said, first park on one side, then I will talk to you. See? I said, fortunately you are an ophthalmologist. Now you tell me, how do you and what do you see by the eyes? What is the process of perception of forms through the eyes? So a particular object forms an image on the retina through the lens. And then that image is caught by the mind. And that mind is bathing in the light of consciousness. So what we really see is only the images on the retina. See, we don't see an original object. See, it is something like, the PowerPoint presentation on your laptop. Everything appears to be happening, but has anything happened? If there is a reflection of a fire in a mirror, will the mirror get burnt? And that is why whether we are seeing a small ant or a huge structure like Himalayas, does it create any load on our mind or on our eyes? Oh, I am tired, I have seen a huge big elephant, so my eyes are tired. No. Because what we see is only images. And if by any reason we stop the image formation, either the object is in darkness or we close our eyes, In these two conditions, there cannot be image formation, and therefore there cannot be perception of any color and form. So what are we really experiencing? Only images, is it not? Now where the images are formed? In the mind. Now if that mind where the images are formed, if that mind is disturbed, will the image be correct? See, if the mind is drowsy, see, you all must have experienced some time or the other, when the mind is tired, drowsy, you take something to read, even a newspaper paragraph, you can't understand what is said. Because the mind is absolutely drowsy. On the contrary, when you are out of your sleep, mind is fresh. Once you read and everything is cognized. Why? Because the images are clear. See friends, if this is understood, we accept we are a body and take that as real is only an imagination. It is not real. When our body is not included in our own mind, be very attentive. When our own body is not included in our own mind, then that mind does not think about the body. See? When I have included my own body in my mind, then the mind will start thinking in relation to that body alone. See friends, just take an example. Ganges are flowing flat, very smooth. And somewhere in the middle, there is a little bigger rock. So where there is a rock, there is ebbing of the water, is it not? It is called as ebbing, E-B-B-I-N-G. There is ebbing of the water. And that ebbing is because the water has been influenced by the presence of the stone or a rock. In the same manner, when our mind takes the shape of our body, that mind is influenced by the shape and the form of the body, and therefore the ebbing of the mind is the selfish thoughts. And when the mind drops the body, as in the dream or in the deep sleep, there is no thought that I am a man, woman, husband, wife, young or old, or Gujarati or a Bengali. None of these thoughts can ever pop up in our mind. See friends, therefore when we inquire systematically, we come to know that I am in bondage is an illusion. It is not real. But we see this table I am sitting on, is it illusion? It is a solid reality. See? I am talking to you and you are probably hearing. It is a solid reality. See friends, once this is clear in our mind, then we will know if the bondage is an illusion, liberation is a super illusion. See? And therefore here this question is raised that if this is an illusion, the bondage can be removed by knowledge, but this is not. It is so real. So, pratipannatvat abhavat yushmat asmadi sarupattvena atmanaha vilakshanatve sadrisham adi abhavat asadhyam asambhavatcha. Now what is said? Don't we experience very clearly I versus you? Does it ever happen that you take food and my hunger is satiated? No. See? When you get hit somewhere in your toe, do I get the pain? No. Therefore, our bondage is real, it is not an illusion. This is how the logic is. And in reply to that, the teacher says, I already explained you, na तावत् प्रतिपन्नत्वेन सत्यत्वं वस्तुं शक्यते प्रतिपत्तेः सत्यत्व मिथ्यात्वयोः समानत्वात्. Because something is experienced through our senses, that does not mean it is real. See friends, by our eyes we see the sunlight, by our eyes we see the sun, by our eyes we see the sunrise, sunset. Out of that, sun may be real, but the sunset and sunrise, they are not real. See? Is it that there are illusory eyes for seeing the illusions? No. Eyes are the same. So how important it is. Therefore, because something is experienced, that does not mean it is real. Experiencing something is not the final authority of attributing a status of reality to that. No. See friends, therefore this is the first thing. Because we are experiencing I versus you, I the knower, the world is the known, that doesn't mean because of this it is real. Nabi badha bhava satyatvam vidimukena karanamukena cha badha sambhavat. And similarly, because both the things which are real and which are illusory, both of them are seen by the same eyes, that does not mean one thing is removed. Because there is illusion, other thing continues to exist. Because if you give this logic, this has no meaning. See, after having known that there is no sunrise and sunset, will the sunrise and sunset experience stop happening? Think. When we are sitting in a moving train and look outside, we have three perceptions. Immediate nearest to the train, things are moving in the opposite direction. At a particular point, it is a stationary point. At a far distant point, it is running along with the train. These three perceptions are clearly experienced by us. But the moment the train stops, all of them disappear. Where they have gone? They means their movement. See friends. And therefore, because something is experienced, although we come to know it is an illusion, that is not the logic to say that the illusion is the reality. No. And therefore, this world cannot be taken as real, and from this world rather, there cannot be the bondage also real. Tathahi Shrutihi. So also the Upanishad says, Prapanchasya mithyatvam maya karanatvam cha darshayati. So there are two things. One is, anything that is perceived through any medium is an illusion. This is a simple rule. See? The latest discoveries in the computer sciences has recently I had seen, somewhere I had gone in some exhibition, and there it is called as hologram. In that hologram, what happens? It has not yet been finalized. It is still in the development stage. I am giving lecture from here. You can see me as I am, three-dimensional, in your room, and I will talk and you listen live. It is not like the TV. It will not be seen inside the TV. It will be seen as if somebody is standing and sitting in front of you. See? So that is also only a projection in a particular manner. Because that hologram appears so live, three-dimensional, because it is appearing doesn't mean it is real. See friends. And therefore, first, the world is an illusion, and the second thing is, why this illusion appears? Because Maya Karyam, because it is an experience through the medium of mind and senses. Therefore, all the great masters tell us, trust a cobra. Never trust your own mind. See? Cobra means Kokanastha Brahman. You can trust, but never trust the mind. The mind is a terrible enemy. Therefore, the Shruti says, Natu tad dvitiyamasti ekatvam nasti dvaitam kuto vidyate vedyam ekameva dvitiyam vacharam panam vikaro nama devam neha nanasti kinchana. In this manner, so many scriptural authorities declare that the truth is one without a second, and in these, the sense of otherness which is causing the bondage, the sense of otherness itself is an illusion. So how we can get bound by the illusion? Yes, we can get. See, we stand before the mirror and we know that it is a reflection, not real. A sparrow comes and stands before the mirror, and she starts thinking that there is someone real inside, and starts pecking up to a limit of breaking her beak or start bleeding. See, what is the condition of the sparrow while looking at the mirror is our condition when we look at the world. See, don't we do the same thing? So, to the sparrow when we look, what is our interaction? Ignorant fool. In the same manner, when we are miserable in this world, wise people, ignorant fool, never. ठीक है बेटा, हो जाएगा, कुछ नहीं होगा. See, therefore, there is but one reality, and in this one reality, the multiplicity is an illusion created by the Maya. And what is Maya? Again I am referring to, Maya is any perception which is influenced by the medium through which the perceptions are gathered. That is called as Maya. In one place, Santa Ganeshwar says, if we can imagine all the senses in the whole creation, the past, present and the future, and all the objects in the world, in the past, present and future, if all the senses are experiencing all the objects at a time, going beyond the limitation of the past, present and the future, what will be the happiness? Much more than that is the infinite bliss. Because we only know the happiness gathered through the senses. And therefore, Maya means any experience which is gathered through. Ma means measurement. चार महानगरों का तापमान. Ma is measurement. Ma, prama, pramata. See? So, our eyes have a limitation. Eyes cannot go beyond a particular wavelength of the light. But that doesn't mean that there are no wavelengths. So, all that is seen by our eyes is Maya. It is not ultimate. But what happens? Unless I see with my own eyes, I don't believe. And youngsters, sometimes they ask this question. Swamiji, have you seen God? No. Then why should you talk about God? Okay, I will not talk. No, but they say you are realized. I said that is their problem. It's not my problem. No, please tell me. Then I ask him, when you are talking about God, please tell me what do you understand about God, which I can explain you. See? If we have this notion, God can be seen by the eyes, then only you will ask this question. Because we are so much under the influence of our senses, our mind, and therefore, initial stages, whether you are in karma or upasana, we are all the time thinking, Darshana do ghana sham nath mori. Charo taraf kya hai? He alone is. Ishavasya sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. No, but I want my brand. Pushti Margi Krishna. See, this is called as Maya. Therefore, this world is an illusion and created by Maya, means when we are perceiving something through the limitations of the senses and the mind, whatever appears is an illusion, it is not real. See, friends, for example, a rainbow. Can we see a rainbow in the afternoon? The rainbow can be seen only in the mornings or in the evenings, because that particular angle is required. Today, when I was going from Australia to New Zealand, there was somebody traveling with me. So I enjoyed watching the clouds. And when I saw there was a rainbow, and it was a circular rainbow. See? So I said, hey, remember once I told you, have you seen a circular rainbow? It is not possible, you told me. I said, come and see. So he came in. Oh God, how come it is? Because when you are looking from above, the clouds are below, they are full with the droplets of water, and therefore, when the sun rays are going from above, the same rainbow, which appears as a half on the ground, appears as a circle from the top. And both of them are only illusions, they are not real. See, friends, therefore, this world is an illusion because received through the limitations of conditioning, mind, etc. And that is why Bhagavan says, Ajopi sannavyayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakrutim samadhisthaya sambhavami atmamayaya. So although I am unborn, yet I appear to have taken birth. See? Sambhavami atmamayaya. We may say Krishna Janmashtami has come. You ask him, he will say time passed, don't become serious, never mind. See, you all must have experienced some time, particularly in USA. There are 3 time zones. If you are next to the time zone, you leave your flight at 7 o'clock in the morning and next destination you reach at 7 o'clock. That means you have not travelled at all. But you were already in the air for 1 hour. See, what is the reality? And therefore, although unborn, association with the finite creates a finite entity. See, basically we are infinite. Association with a misery, miserable. But that misery being temporary, it goes away. So we are also not miserable. But there is a big queue. Second misery comes. Then again we get identified with the second misery. And again we are miserable. That also goes. I think all the problems are solved. Suddenly Murphy comes. And when Murphy comes, nobody can challenge. In this manner, although unborn, I appear to have taken birth. And this is not the story of Bhagavan Krishna alone, but it is the story of every one of us. The only difference between him and us is, he knew and he accepted, and he was established in that. We know, but we don't accept. And we are stabilized in our wrong notion. I am body, and inside the body is the Atma, and therefore when the body dies, the Atma goes away. Or my bichari body mar jati hu. Change this perception, all the problems are solved. So, avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktam ivacha sthitam. Again, Bhagavad Gita 13th chapter tells us that avibhaktam, undivided, like the space. See, one day I was somewhere in Himalayas or somewhere, in Nepal, near Muktinath. That is a very beautiful place, 13,000 feet high. So when we are going, there is a nice river, Gandaki river, where the Shaligram stones are available. So when the river was flowing, in between there was some kind of little land, and that river flow was divided in two and went as if they have become two, and again after a time they joined. So I was standing there. So there was a friend with me. Swamiji, what are you seeing? I said, I am asking you a question. Because of that particular land patch, the river is appearing to be divided. And again when the land patch is over, again it is joining. But in reality, can water be divided and united? In the same manner, space. Outside space, inside space. Space remains the same. Because that conditioning, because of which an illusion of in and out is created, that conditioning is also in the space. See, this wall of our hall has created an illusion. We are inside and the traffic is outside. Because of what inside and outside has happened? Because of the wall. Now ask the next question. Where is the wall? Wall is also in the same space. So from the space's point of view, there is nothing like in and out. In the same manner, from the absolute conscious blissful existence point of view, there is nothing like inside Jiva, outside Jagat, and on the top Ishvara, and the 20-20 match going on. No. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu, but vibhaktam ivacha sthitam. Because of the conditioning, it appears as if it has become many. You know why we take these appearances as real? Because they are useful. If we have to give water to 20 people, can we put the water in a big container and tell everybody, drink water? Are they buffaloes or what? Then what we have to do? We have to give them individual glasses. So there are 20 glass spaces. So are these 20 glass spaces creating a real division in the total space? No. Because when one glass will break, will the glass space go out of the glass and merge in the total space? No. Because although there is an appearance of utilitarian approach to the glass space, that does not mean the space has inside or outside. In the same manner, avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktam iva cha sthitam, as if it is divided in many, but the multiplicity is on account of the conditioning and not really. The same thing is said in the Brahma Purana. Dharma dharmo janma mrityu sukha dukkheshu kalpana varnashramas tatha vasaha swargo naraka evacha purushasya na santyete paramarthasya kutrachit drushyate cha jagat rupam asatyam satyavandrusha. See, very clearly it is brought out. Dharma adharma papa punya janma mrityu sukha dukkha. The Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, or Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, heaven or the hell, all are only imaginations and they have nothing to do with the absolute conscious self that we are. See, friends, come to discover this subjectively. The food that is taken by the mouth is supported or existing in the consciousness. The food that is digested in the stomach is supported and existing in the consciousness. The excreta thrown out of our system from the lower end, is it existing in non-consciousness? It is the same. Health is supported by the consciousness. Disease, is it not supported by the consciousness? Joy is experienced by the same mind, which is experiencing the misery. See, friends, all these complementary pairs of opposites have no existence in the absolute conscious reality. Once this is cognized, will we ever struggle to achieve something in the relative world? See, how many people have achieved how many things? Even there is not a trace anywhere. Therefore, all these are only kalpana, they are na purushasya santi ete. They don't belong to the conscious reality. Paramarthasya kutrachit drushyate cha jagat rupam asatyam satyavanusha. This objective world, which is an illusion, is mistaken to be real. And because it is mistaken to be real, we start struggling in this world to achieve something. See? Like the other day I gave you example, when I am only time passing with a child till the food is available, in that game, loss and gain are only illusions. But the child becomes so serious. Now come from there up to the 2020 international matches. See? The loss and gain becomes so real. Oh God! Everybody is glued to the TV. As if something is really happening. Therefore, friends, unless we are clear about this, any experience gathered through the senses and the mind is just a maya karya, effect of the maya, and they do not have anything to do with our real nature. Therefore, toyavan mrugatrushnaatu yatha marumarichika raupya kikasam bhutam kikasam shuktirevacha sarpavad rajju khandascha nishaya veshma madhyaga. Therefore, all these illusions, so the rope is seen as a snake, the shell is seen as a silver, and the mirage is seen as if it is the real water, they are only imaginations born out of our perception through the senses and the mind. In this manner, dozens of examples are given. When we press our eyeball, 2 moons are seen. That doesn't mean there are 2 moons. One day, I went to somebody's house for tea or coffee, and when that daughter-in-law newly arrived in the house, when she was bringing tea or coffee, I was doing like this, something, scratching to my eye. When I was doing like this thing, I saw 2 of them. I said, hey, there are 2 daughter-in-laws newly wedded in this house. Why did you bring 2 of them? So that girl was very intelligent. She said, Swami, there are 2 of you, therefore I brought 2 of you. The moment I remove the pressure on my eyeball, the second person disappears. Where it has gone? It is like a hologram. It appears when it is not. Therefore, all this is only an illusion perceived through the senses. If this we are convinced, friends, will you have to ask any question, what is spiritual practice? Spiritual practice will be, don't trust your senses and your mind, but govern them and use them as required, rather than becoming a victim of the senses and the mind. It will automatically happen. One example. This happened in Pattaya. I went there with somebody. There was one peculiar cinema theatre you all must have seen. Whatever is happening on the screen, that way your chairs also move. If the train is going in this way, the chair moves like this thing. If there is a brake, suddenly there is a brake in your chair. So you get all the movements experienced in your own chair. This is how it is all digitally controlled. And when we went there, there was one person with me, and the picture was that the train was going in a tremendous high speed, and then there was a terrible fire somewhere, and through that fire the train goes, and then the train falls in a big valley, And all that you are seeing, and he got so frustrated. Swamiji, I want to go out, I can't see anymore. Something will happen to me. I said, don't do that. Then close your eyes. The moment you close your eyes, all that you are seeing is gone. You open the eyes, again all the fear starts. In the same manner, Avrutta chakshuhu amrutatvam icchan. Gothapurisha says. See, once we understand this principle, that all the worldly experiences which are creating chaos in our life, only because we are the slaves of our senses. We are the victims of our own mind's imaginations and projections. Mind will die if we do not support any projection made by the mind. Mind has got two functions. One is revealing, this is a camera. There is no samsara born. But the mind projects. I think I should have this camera. It will be very useful. It is very nice. Samsara is born. In this time when I went to China, they took me to one culture street, and there all the Chinese cultural things and gifts etc. were available. So they were showing me, Swami, this is this. I was saying, see, and then I saw one girl. I said, hey, let us go to that girl. We went there, and she was selling something and talking in Chinese, which we didn't understand. So I said, there was one person who could talk Chinese. I said, you ask her. I want to see what she is speaking through. So she said, okay. So I went and saw. It was a small speaker tied down to her waist. And there was a beautiful, cute, small mic on her head. And she was doing advertisement. This is such and such thing, very cheaply available, so much of discount, this, that, all that she was telling. So when we saw that, I took the picture, took the details of it. I said, that's all. Now my friend said, Swamiji, what did you see? I said, I tell you when the right time comes. Now you are not mature enough. So we went around, had tea, coffee in some hotel nicely. And then I said, now let us go to the electronic market. And after going to electronic market, we inquired about that particular machine. And we bought it. He said, Swamiji, what for you buy? I said, look here, when I had a satsang in your house, there was no mic. And I had to shout and struggle to reach everybody. So this will be in my backpack. Anywhere I had to start, Om Purnamadaha Purnamadaha. Oh God, we couldn't even think about it. I said, because I am doing only this in my life, so my mind is constantly projecting about these things. They cannot attract you and they cannot stop their attraction for me. Because my life is associated with this. This is how the mind keeps on projecting. If we do not become the victim of the projection of the mind, the world is not created. See, friends. Therefore, it is said here, Abhati Paramatmapi Sarvopadishu Samstitaha Dvaita Bhrantir Avidyakya Vikalpo Nacha Tattatha. Therefore, in this one absolute Paramatma, because of the many conditioning, the multiplicity is an illusion perceived because of the ignorance. Now another example I will give you to make it point. One man is referred by 10 names. See, he is called as the father, he is called as the son, he is called as the son-in-law, he is called as the father-in-law, he is called as the husband, he is called as an officer. The man is the same. See, this happened in somewhere south. One Punjabi friend of mine, he was a brigadier. So he came from outside, from his office. I was sitting in his house. Swamiji, you have come very good. I was just wanting to come hurriedly, but there was some meeting and I was late. Okay, did you give something to Swamiji? He asked his wife. Immediately wife retorted, "Excuse me, you are not a brigadier in the house, okay? Don't have to order me. I know what to do." She gave him back. He was a brigadier in the office, and in the house he was not a brigadier. He is only gear. Ye karo, wo karo. See, according to Upadhi, one who is living like a lion in the office is like a rat in the home. There was a rat who went for attending the marriage of a lion. So lion's marriage was going on, not the lion club fellows, the actual lion. So when he went, other lions asked him, "Hey, how come you have come? This is the lion's marriage." He said, "That's why I have come." "But you are a rat. Tum chuhe ho." He said, "Yes, before marriage I was also thinking that I am a lion." So one man with the different conditionings appears to be many. If this principle is clear, in the same manner, the conditioning of I, a jiva, is born. The conditioning of not I, the world, is born. The conditioning of parokshata, unknown somewhere existing, Ishvara, is born. So Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, these are the three expressions of the one reality. Out of these three expressions, where can we catch? We can do nothing about the world. We can do nothing about the God. What we can do is cognize your own divine nature. That is the ultimate in life. See, friends, therefore, Dvaita Bhranti hi avidyakhya vikalpo nacha tattatha. Therefore, all that we see is not real. Vikalpa is a technical term. In the Patanjali Yoga Darshan, this Vikalpa is defined. What is Vikalpa? Vikalpa is that which is said but never exists. Example, the horn of the hare, Shashashrunga, or Vandhyaputra, the son of a barren woman. A barren woman can never have a son. Akasha Kusuma, the sky flowers. These are only words. They do not carry any meaning. In the same manner, see, friend, enemy, good, bad, Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, these are only vikalpas. They have no substance behind them. And therefore, vikalpo nacha tattatha paratra bandha garaha syat tesham atma bhimaninam atma bhavanaya bhrantya deham bhavayatam sada. Those who are mistaking that the body is their essential nature, they, because of this mistake, keep on suffering in this world and continue to suffer infinite. Now here also one important principle I told you yesterday. If I do this bhavana that I am rich because of more money, my quality and expression of life will be different. If I do the bhavana that I am the body, then immediately man and woman, woman's lip will start. See, if I consider myself to be hungry, then my expression of life will be different. In the same manner, when I consider myself to be jiva, then you will be born again and again. Why? You have said you are jiva. Nobody says. See? And when we come to cognize that we are neither the body nor the embodied jiva, but we are the one in which multiplicity is just an appearance. The moment this happens, all the samsara, relativity, janma, mrityu, hell, heaven disappears into naught. Because it is not. Therefore, deham bhavayatam tada. Those who consider themselves to be the deha, for them only this is the problem. Aprajna adi madhyantaihi ब्रह्मभूतैः स्त्रिभिः सदा जाग्रत स्वप्न सुषुप्तैस्तु छादितं विश्वतेजसं स्वमायया स्वमात्मानं मोहयेत् द्वैतरूपया. So this self is as if creating a condition for himself and suffering for no reason. Therefore, guha gatam swamatmanam labhate cha swayam harim. But when we are able to sort out Annamay Kosh, Pranamay Kosh, Manomay Kosh, Vijnanamay Kosh, Anandamay Kosh, and that which cannot be rejected, our self is revealed. And friends, this has to be known only once in the lifetime. Like the mobile number for life. This is the wisdom for life. There is no practice. Practice is required and possible only in the finite. See, we have to clean the atmosphere in our room fresh. So there are air fresheners. There is agarbatti. The total space. No air freshener is required. It's always fresh. See? Therefore, Vyomni Vajranala Jvala Kalapo Vividhakruti Abhati Vishnu Srishti Cha Swabhavo Dvaita Vistaraha. Once this is understood, then we come to know all this multiplicity is supported by one Paramatma, one Vishnu, but because of the conditioning he has never become many, he is always one without a second. And in this manner, he who comes to discover this, Shante Manasi Shantascha Ghore Mudhe Cha Tadrishaha Ishvaro Drishyate Nityam Sarvatra Natu Tattvataha. Therefore, if the consciousness is supporting the Shanta, the expression is peace. If the consciousness is supporting Ghora, disturb, then it is a disturbed expression. If it is supporting mood, the dull-witted, it is that expression. But essentially, it is neither at peace, nor agitated, nor dull-witted. These are all the conditionings of the Prakriti. The consciousness supporting them has nothing to do. And therefore, like the steel or the clay or the gold is not influenced by anything which is made out of them. If out of the gold somebody makes the statue of Rama and another lump of gold, a statue of Ravana is made, will we say, because he is unlucky, he was made into Ravana? See? This example I told you, this happened in Thane. One of my jeweler friend, he took me for inauguration. And after that he said, Swamiji, I will not give you, but just asking you a question. If there are two statues, one of Rama, other is Ravana, which you will take? Gold one, both are gold. Then I asked him, you imagine what I will take? Of course, you will, being a Swami, you will take Rama's statue. I said, over? He said, yes. Now my question, which is heavier? Rama, Ravana you keep. My interest is in the gold. See friends, in the same manner, in this world, when we give importance to the name and the form, we miss the reality. See? And what is this world? Only name and the form, nothing else. Therefore, going beyond the names and the forms and establish one's essential nature, this is the only way. There is no way out. Therefore, the multiplicity is only an imagination projected by the wrong notions. So, therefore, having now two aspects we are studying. Having rejected the multiplicity as an illusion, now the second aspect, this is called as negation. Now assertion. Then what we are? The assertion aspect is Advaitam bhavayet Brahma nishkalam sakalam sada atmanaha shoka santirno na viveti kadachana mrityoho sakashat maranat athava annada krutad bhayat na jayate na mriyate na baddho na cha ghataka na baddho bandhakari va na mukto na cha mokshadaha Purushaha Paramatma tu yada yad ataha anya satchatad evam buddha jagad rupam Vishnur Maya Mayam Rusha. In this manner, these are the two aspects in the spiritual practice. All that is perceived, received through the senses and mind has to be disregarded as an illusion, and that which is supporting this illusion of appearances is the real one, that Bhavayet Brahma, that is our essential nature. Means what? Like the ocean is not influenced by the waves and the autobiography of the wave. Wave is born, grows, struggles, achieves, fails and dies. But nothing happens to the ocean. In the same manner, all the changes which are happening, they are happening only in the Prakriti, and the one who is supporting the Prakriti is the one who remains immutable, ever unchanging. The first, Bhavayet, do the Bhavana. Bhavana means what? Suppose you are sitting quiet, you have discarded the world as illusion, then what will happen? You will no more think about the world. Then what will happen? We will go to sleep. This is one of the biggest obstacles for many seekers. We have only known disturbed minds. Quiet mind we have never known. We have two extremes. Either the mind is multi-pointed or the mind is zero-pointed. But there is third option also. The mind is single-pointed. See? And therefore, when we discard this world as an appearance through the senses, etc., then this world will no more a point of disturbance or attraction for us. Then the mind remains at peace. And here, that peaceful mind is now engaged in doing the bhavana. What is the bhavana? Bhavana is Aham Brahmasmi. Now start working on that. In Yoga Shastra, Chitta Vritti Nirodha is glorified. In Vedanta, Chitta Vritti Nirodha is condemned. Thoughts is not a problem. Wrong thoughts are the problem. And therefore, this quiet mind is not allowed to go into its own source, the Prakriti. Then that quiet mind is now engaged in two ways. Either do bhavana or do inquiry. What sadhana Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did was bhavanatmak sadhana. He was bhavana pradhan. See? So he has done many types of sadhanas. He did Hanumanji sadhana. So when he did Hanumanji sadhana, he has virtually become like Hanumanji. When he used to put on his dhoti, he used to leave the little bit cloth hanging as if it is a tail, and then he never used to walk normally. He used to walk like a monkey. That is called as, bhavana pradhan sadhana. See? When he did the sadhana through the, his teacher, guide, a Muslim woman, and when he did that sadhana, slowly, he started developing the breast. Bhavana has got a tremendous strength. So, Brahma Bhavanaya, when the mind is no more engaged in the objective pursuit, now that mind is engaged into Aham Brahmasmi. Means what? There is no limitation of any kind. So, Yogarato va, Bhogarato va, Sangarato va, Sangavina. One transcends all the limitations of dharma, adharma, papa, punya, achievement, failure, good and bad, friend and enemy. Such a master moves fearlessly in this world. That is the one technique. The second technique is when the mind has attained sufficient quietness, now that quiet mind is no more allowed to go to sleep, but that mind is now engaged in inquiry. inquiry about our own essential nature. If I am experiencing the world through the senses and the mind, therefore I have to be someone other than the world, the senses and the mind. If I am other than the senses and the mind and the body, then comes the question, who am I? Otherwise this question will not come. See, unless body is discarded as our correct identity, no, it is wrong, it has to be discarded. Then only there will be a real momentum gathered by us in our inquiry in Vedanta. Why many students are unable to go in a real momentum on the path of inquiry or Vedanta is only because the body identification is not discarded consciously. That is only one thing very seriously, sincerely to be attempted. And this is what is the second thing, Brahma Bhavanaya, or if I am someone other than the body means what? Now work on this. So the body has got the birth, growth, death. If I am other than the body, this cannot be my Lord. The body has got the gender. If other than the body that I don't have gender bias. Body has got a shape and a form. Other than the body means no shape, no form. With the shape there is multiplicity. Without the shape and the form, there cannot be multiplicity. Then remain as formless, one without a second. This is the assertion aspect. The two aspects. One is the negation aspect. What we are not, what is the position of the world as an illusion, how the illusion appears through the limitations of the senses and the mind, one aspect. Second aspect, assertion. Unless these two are done, there cannot be completeness in our spiritual practice. And then we come to know, na jayate na mriyate. Neither we have the experience of our birth, nor we have the experience of our death. On this one principle you work sincerely. You see what a difference it makes. Na jayate na mriyate. Therefore, na vadhyaha na ja ghatakaha. Neither somebody is killing, nor somebody gets killed. Evam buddha jagad rupam vishnur maya mayam vrisha. Therefore, this whole world is the glory, the time pass, an illusion, the magic show, the Ishvara Leela, Krishna Leela, Rama Leela. See? When we say Rama Leela, Krishna Leela or a magic show, everything appears to be happening, but in fact nothing is happening. This is the meaning of the Leela. Now how many times we have heard this word? ये तो भगवान की लीला चल रही है. Every now and then. But does it make any difference in our understanding? If this is the Leela, and what for we go to see a drama? For learning something, time pass. So live in this world as a time pass and be happy. See friends, therefore, भोगा संगोद भवेद मुक्तः त्यक्त्वा सर्व विकल्पनाम त्यक्त सर्व विकल्पश्च स्वात्मस्थम निश्चलम मनः. When this is taken as the drama the Lord is playing, it is the Krishna Maya, Leela, etc., then bhoga sangat bhaved muktah. We are absolutely liberated from the attachment for indulgence in the world. See, in somebody's house I went, they had kept on the table fruits. And that lady told me, Swamiji, I was told that you have started eating fruits. I said, then what do I do? We have kept some fruits here, you can choose and eat. I said, when you are there, why should I get and eat? You give me it in the plate. So she lifted one banana, gave in the plate. I said, this is not the way. I am a Swami. You have to peel it, cut it. And I knew it was a plastic one. Oh, Swami. But why don't you eat like this? I said, no, you have to cut and give me, peel it off. Hey. I said, do you think I was a Beukoof or what? It appears to be real, but it is not. In the same manner, when I knew that particular banana is just an appearance made out of plastic, I will never run for eating that. In the same manner, when we come to discover the worldly things and beings, achievements and failures as an illusion, will I ever struggle to achieve something in this world? See, friends, where the Dwaraka of Kanhaiya has gone, where the Ayodhya of Rama has gone, see? But we feel this is going to remain for eternity. Come to cognize this. Thereafter, play the game of life. थोड़े गम है, थोड़ी खुशियाँ, ये जीवन है. This is the beauty of this knowledge. We are living wherever we are on the top of the world, never at the bottom. Therefore, bhoga sangat bhavet muktaha tyaktva sarva vikalpanam. He will give up all the importance and value that he has given to this world. See, I keep on traveling around the world. Everywhere one question is asked. Swamiji, you are traveling so much. In our life also we have never traveled. Sometimes I go to USA, so they say, Swamiji, you have seen USA more than us. We are here in this Fiat wheel for last 40 years. Not going anywhere. So you tell us, which is the best place you liked? I said, I like my heart the best. Because whenever I am tired, where do I go? Suppose I am in USA and the best place is Singapore. Will I go from there? Best place is I am at home in my own heart. And when I am in my own heart, it doesn't matter where I am. See? But if we give importance to, if I have a bungalow in Lonavala, how nice it will be. I will not name, but there are many Bombayites. They have offered me a dozen times. Swamiji, we have gotten a new bungalow we have constructed in Lonavala. You just give us a call. I will send you the key, or we will phone our person over there, and he will take care of you, everything. You go and stay there. Why should I go and stay? No, it is available there. How many times you have gone? Swamiji, that is the whole problem. In Lonavala, 99% houses are occupied by the watchmen. Those who can buy the house in Lonavala, they have money but they don't have time to go. And those who have got all the time, they don't have money to buy. But only imagination. If I have a flat over there, I'll be happy. Are Maharaj, these are all projections of the mind. Remain cheerful and happy wherever you are. You have understood all the secrets of spiritual life. Therefore, bhoga sangat bhavet muktaha tyaktva sarva vikalpanam. See, when I move to so many places, this one particular point comes very strongly. Whichever place you are, it is the same problem. Understanding, misunderstanding, anger, this one, he is like that, she is like that. Hare Ram, 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 Ram. We have to change our own self. And from that vision, when you look at this world is most beautiful. Because you are at home with yourself, you are at home with the whole world. If you are at war with yourselves, you cannot be at home with the world. So all those people who are fighting cocks, who are constantly irritable, all the time talking the language of division and separation, they are at war first with themselves. And then they extend their war out of charity, outside. And therefore, friend, unless this knowledge becomes firm, we will not be at peace with ourselves. So tyaktva sarva vikalpana. These are all vikalpa. They have no strength. These are only imagination. Don't we know that who was a friend becomes an enemy? That who was an enemy becomes a friend? Take the story of Mahabharata. The vikalpa I am telling you. What is vikalpa? When Dronacharya and that Drupada Raja, when they were studying together in their Gurukul, they were very good friends. Dronacharya, being a Brahmin, was from a very poor, pathetic family. And he was a royal student, therefore very rich. And because they were friends, he told them that when I am grown up, I will give you half of my kingdom. Okay, dear friend? And when this Krupi, the wife of Dronacharya, found that there is no sufficient milk for the son, so she said, you told me once about your friend, why don't you go and ask him for the half the kingdom? And then the king says, hey, childhood we say so many things, don't take it seriously. Half kingdom. Can you even count 1 million rupees? Half kingdom. What is your problem? Milk you don't have for your son. I will send a half liter Amul milk every day, don't worry. When this is said, now Dronacharya becomes angry. I will teach you a lesson. See, friends. And then what is the lesson? He captivates him through the agency of Arjuna. And after having brought before him, humiliated, he relieves him. Okay, I grant you freedom. This is how we create. First, which was a friend in the childhood, became an enemy afterwards. And when he relieved him as a captive, no more I relieve you, do you think that he will keep quiet? That king, he goes and does the yajna. And from the yajna, that Pradyumna and Draupadi, they are born. Not Pradyumna, Drupada's son. Drishtadyumna and Draupadi are born. And then he becomes the cause for killing the Dronacharya. See, friends, this is how all our friends and enemies, nears and dears, these are all illusions. It has no meaning whatsoever. Tyaktva sarva vikalpanam. The truth is not an illusion. Because we can never experience our absence. That eternal presence is to be recognized. Tyakta sarva vikalpascha swatmastham nischalam manaha. For such a person, his mind is at peace with himself. Therefore, if you want to know, are we growing spiritually or not, don't go to a spiritual doctor. Doctor साहब, जरा देख लेना पल्स मेरी. You find out. Are you at peace with yourself? If you are at peace with yourself, you have pleased God. One person asked me this question, Swamiji, how do I know God is happy with me? Are you happy with yourself? Yes, God is happy with you. See, friends, therefore, all these vikalpas are to be given up. Mind remains at peace. Krutva shanto bhaved yogi dagdhindana ivanalaha. Such a yogi, his condition is like all the fire is burnt away and the fire has gone into absolute unmanifest. No more heat, no more manifestation. In the same manner, such a yogi merges back in his own essential nature, and in this manner, Esha Chaturvinchati Bheda Prakriti Maya Para Tat Samutho Kamakrodho Lobo Moho Cha Bhayam Vishado Shoko Cha Vikalvajalam. So all these changes and modifications, they belong to the Prakriti. Prakriti is Chaturvinchati Bheda. There are 24 separations in the Prakriti. Avyakta is the Prakriti. Then the causal expression is the Ahankar and the Pancha Mahatattvas, etc. 7 of them. Mahatattva, Ahankar and the Pancha Tanmatras. And then 16 of them are the 10 Indriyas, 1 mind and the Pancha Mahabhutas. In this manner, all the Vikara, Vikruti is only in the Prakriti. Purusha, who is supporting this Prakriti or the Maya, remains untouched. So when we remain uninfluenced by the world, we are Purusha. And when we are Chui Mui, you know Chui Mui, touch me not. Somebody says you are dumb, somebody says you are intelligent. Our existence is certified by others. We have doubt about our own existence, what we are. See, friends, therefore, all these Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Vishada, Shoka, all these are only the expressions of the Prakriti or the matter. We have nothing to do with them. Living in this knowledge, we will be never struggling in our life. Dharma, dharmo, sukha dukkhecha, srushti vinasha pako, narake gadishcha, vasa swarge jatayesh, ashramascha, raga dvesho vividha vyadayascha, kaumara tarunya jara viyoga, sambhoga bhoga, anashana vratani, iti dam dig vidayam nidhaya, sushnim asina, sumatim vidadhi. Therefore, all these things, the hell, heaven, good and bad, the childhood, the teenage and the old age, these are all only in the Prakriti. Having come to know this, Tushnimasinaha, the wise seeker attains that peace which transcends all understanding. Shantim tesham shashvati netaresham, Kathoparishad says. See? Nityo nityanam chetanascetananam eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman tamatmastam yenu pashyanti dhiraha shantim tesham shashvatim netaresham. Those who have come to discover this essential divine self that they alone attain Shashvati Shanti. That means that Shanti which is not opposed to Ashanti. It can never be corrupted thereafter. What is called as Prashanti. Therefore, friends, in our personality, these are the two aspects. One is the Purusha aspect, second is the Prakriti aspect. It is natural that the Prakriti will have Vikruti. The world will be constantly changing. But it is not necessary, and we have a freedom whether we get influenced by the changes or not. Let us exercise our own franchise, our own freedom, and come to discover the blissful self that we are. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.